When you know what you want, then acting is natural. Every time I was going to my work, I get the feeling of like emptiness, feeling like that was not what I really wanted. So when I was a child, I wanted to become a scientist, But not because of the science. I remember that I had a thought like this. What about if I don't have to work for money, but to work for something meaningful? And I was a child, I was like 10 years old or something like that. And I was thinking, what about if I can live in a country where all my basic needs are settled? So what can I do? What can I achieve for my life or for the humanity? I did the university, so I got an engineering degree, and I started to work in a company, in a corporate world. So basically, my young adult life was like most of the people. I was so excited to work for a big company, to make progress and to make a lot of money and to build yourself a career. That's basically the norm. This boss that I had, I remembered his words. He said, "You should work harder on yourself than you do in your job, and you will, achieve many things." So that thought kept adding to me. Oh yeah, I should work on myself. So what does it mean to work on myself? Maybe it means to have more time, more to set my priorities, to work on my body, to work on my spirituality, to work on my mind, to keep reading books. It took me like 7-8 years to come to the mountains, So when I quit my formal job, I started with different projects to start making a living. And then I decided at that point, I definitely decided just to leave the city and come to a little town. And when I moved to town, then I realized that the life was even easier, more relaxing. I got a thought, if I can build like a house on the top of the mountains and cover my needs with this shelter and food, I will be happy. And I found a hidden place in the mountains. I took most of the money and invested into the property because I got the feeling of that could be something really good for myself. That's what changed direction of my life, The thing is that I didn't start this with just the idea of making this into a business. I started because I wanted for myself, and that's something when you work in something that you like, it doesn't matter if it takes so much time because that's what you wanted. So it took me like 4 years to have my first customer paid. But it was a good start. And one person comes to Sin Rumbo and they tell to another, and the word of mouth, more people were coming. But then I noticed something on the people who were visiting us. Maybe because of the pandemic, or maybe because I was just used to live in the mountains. But most of the people who visit us, they were so stressful about pretty much everything, To be honest, I started like this because I didn't have enough money. That's a real thing. We don't have running water in here because we are so far away from the community. So I have to find ways. But then I started trying solar panels, and I knew that it worked. Then I started to collect water from the rain. And then, after many years doing this, I decided to keep living this lifestyle because it's good for me, it's good for the nature. So everything happened for a purpose, like that. And now I'm very happy of the lifestyle I have because now I know that my needs are all covered. And not because I live with luxuries, material luxuries, because I don't need them anymore. And one of the pleasure that I have, for example, is my slow mornings. I take normally like 2 hours for myself. I wake up with the sunrise, then I take cold showers. That wakes me up. Then after that, I prepare myself a cup of coffee and some little workout. Then I do some meditation, some prayers. And then after that, I'm ready to work. I can work on the land, or I can work in my office. Sometimes people tell me, hey, I live in the city, I don't have the time that you have. I tell to them, it's not about having time, because we all have the same 24 hours a day. It's not a thing about time, it's about priorities. It's just like that, priorities. If you work hard on your job, you can make a living. But if you work hard on yourself, you can make a fortune. You can be wealthy, and not just about talking about money. Talk about wealth in everything, you know, in spiritually, in your body, and your soul, and everything. So it's not about making a living, it's to make a lifestyle that fulfills you if you work hard on yourself. That's what I share now with people who visit Sin Rumbo, who visit this place. I don't want to change anyone. I just tell my story if they want to hear it. People say, hey, you're lucky. I mean, it's not that I'm lucky or not, it's that I act according of what I want. All these years that I've been living in the mountains have taught me a lot. For example, the nature takes its time. If you plant a seed, you don't expect to see a tree tomorrow. That's not natural, it's not natural. You know, those are the laws that you have to understand, you know, because now we live in a world that we want everything fast, but that's not how the nature works. And we are part of the nature. We are not smarter than the Mother Earth, you know, we are not smarter. I mean, the Mother Earth, the nature has been there for thousands, millions of years. She knows what she's doing. If you got an idea, a lifestyle that you want to build for yourself, then basically you have to do two things: to kill the weeds, to take out all the distractions. Nourish the garden, you have to program yourself about your thoughts, about the people who are surrounding you, to make you achieve that what you wanted. Talking about material things, you just need three things. You need a shelter, you need clothes to protect from the weather, and you need food. But the rest is just superficial. But to keep that in mind, you know, the basic needs are really basics, and then you can start using your resources for something that is meaningful. I think most of the people, they are scared not about solitude, they are scared about their own thoughts. You know, they had not learned how to live with themselves. And to be honest, I mean, you have to like yourself, because you have to live with yourself the rest of your life. That at one point of your life, you have to face yourself. You have to face your fears. You have to face your thoughts. You have to face everything, you know, about yourself. Actually, it's not about disconnecting from the world. It's about connecting to yourself. The dreams, they don't come true. The goals, they do. But sometimes the idea of having a purpose is something that's far away. It's like at the very end of your life. So now at this point of my life, I don't like that concept of living with a purpose. Your values are so important, so I try to live according to my values. The main value that I have in my life is peace of mind. And now this is giving me that. So I can tell you that for now I will be living here, and surely enough I will live the rest of my life, at least in places like this. And you don't need to live in the mountains like I've been doing, you know? You just need to have that awareness. You know, I think success in life is about knowing what you want and act according to that. It's so simple like that. Because when you get to know what you want, what you really want, you know, waking up early in the morning, not a big deal. Investing 90% of your paycheck in what you want, no big deal. Putting all your effort, your energy in something, you know, is not a big deal, because you know that that's what you want. You know, even though it may take a lot of resources, a lot of time, but you know that you're into the right direction.